You have a lot to gain tonight, even though it's a free training. Okay, so if you are ready, please just click on the raised. If you are ready, just click on the raised hand raising. Let's know we are good to go. All right, quickly, we are going in. People are still having difficulties connecting. I'm having notifications. I'm having difficulties connecting. Please, I am having difficulties connecting. Wow, what's the difficulty? Okay, I don't know why some people are having difficulties. All right, but then we may not be able to wait for everyone. My target has always been 10. If we can have 10, we are good. If we can have 10 persons, we are good. And that I think we have for tonight, and others will keep coming in. All right, subsequently. But for now, we are going to move in effectively. Okay, so I share my screen with you right away, and I'm not going to start this screen from the beginning. All right, I'm not going to start it from the beginning. I'm going to apparently start it from where I think will be more beneficial to you tonight. All right, as a realtor. Now let's even assume I begin from here to share something very important with you. You see, at the moment, a report came from Nairametrics last year that about 10.11 billion US dollars came into the country. All right, from Nigerians in diaspora, 10.11 billion US dollars came into the country from Nigerians in diaspora. And when I followed up that particular um, report, I found out that the number reported were actually coming in from those who intended to invest in Nigeria. All right, as it came, 60% of that figure was actually reported to have been invested in real estate. And imagine 60% of $10.11 billion invested in real estate, and you are a realtor, all right? You are a Nigerian who is investing in who is actively in real estate, and about 60% of 10.11 billion US dollar came into the country. And I'm going to throw a question at you. How many of that percentage came directly to you? Now that's exactly why we are here. I know some of us have tried to advertise to sell real estate to Nigerians in diaspora. It's not a new thing. It's a known fact. It's a known fact that there is a restriction. Now, unlike what we have in Nigeria, as Nigerians, we have huge opportunities and we are actually not restricted on. All right, so before you can advertise properties to Nigerians in diaspora, if you are going to directly advertise real estate, you are required to present some verifiable documents. Now, that is to say that in a Western country, in Europe or in America, in an American or a European country, there is a restriction. All right, real estate is categorized as a special product. Real estate is categorized as special product, special industry. Now that's why I have always told everyone who is in real estate to treat real estate as a special product and promote real estate as a special industry. All right. So, what are you going to do? How do we escape the restriction and still be able to target Nigerians in diaspora? All right. How do we measure and be able to target Nigerians in diaspora so that we can bypass all the restrictions there is at the moment? Now, two things we are going to do. But I'm going to explain that when we go. So, if you have ever wanted to target Nigerians in diaspora, tonight is the night I'm going to give you the blueprint on how to do that. Whether you want to target Nigerians in Australia, in United States of America, in United Kingdom, in Canada, in top countries that you know. But then I'm not just going to expose you to ability to target these people. I'm also going to expose you to your ability to target Nigerians in diaspora who have capacity to invest in properties. Imagine targeting Nigerians in United Kingdom, UK. You know, in 2022 about 1 point something million Nigerians moved to UK. Now, what that means is that there are still Nigerians who moved with student visa who are still trying to pay up their students fee. Those are not the kind of Nigerians you should be targeting. All right, those ones are yet to settle. They are, in fact, targeting Nigerians in Nigeria are better off than targeting those who are still trying to resolve their student fee, their school fee rather, whom they traveled with, which they traveled with a student visa to a country like UK or Canada. Now, you shouldn't be targeting those set of persons. You should be targeting already settled Nigerians in any country that you wish to target. All right, so you now see the reason why it's more important to know not just your ability to target Nigerians in diaspora, but your ability to target qualified and capable Nigerians who are financially stable to buy properties in Nigeria. Does that make sense to anybody? Let me know. We are going to be interacting. I'm not just going to be talking on mute. Let me hear from one of you. Let me hear from you if that makes sense to you a little. Let me hear from you. On mute and say something. I have Willie Udosen, William Edward, Samson Atiba, Sylvester Joseph, and all that. I'm just going to be mentioning your name as I'm seeing it. So, if that makes sense to you, just give me a feedback. Does that look like what you want to learn? Williams, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Okay. This Williams, Edward. It makes sense
All right,
to me. It
good.
makes
So,
sense.
awesome. So let's go. Now, basically, the first thing we need to understand is that as a Nigerian, projecting to a Nigerian in diaspora, you are a suspect. All right. Let me first of all let you understand that you are a suspect. The moment you attempt to target Nigerians, I just used to target everyone in diaspora, but I am okay. Yeah, yeah, I saw that. So you are a suspect primarily as a Nigerian in Nigeria targeting a Nigerian in diaspora. You know how most of us are wired. You know, most Nigerians in diaspora have had bad experiences trying to invest back home. All right, this is why I have a particular clause in my training where I said whenever you are trying to target your prospect, be sure that you understand their previous experiences and help them raise bricks to throw at their enemies. Pay attention. I have a lot to talk to you about tonight. I have a whole lot to talk to you about. Just pay attention. All right. So before you click on your ad to raise that campaign and begin the targeting, first and foremost, understand that these persons are not ready to trust you immediately. Probably they've had bad experiences. Probably as a Nigerian, they also want to get to trust you. That's why, primarily as a realtor, the most important thing expected of you is not that you have unique properties in Ekpe, you have unique properties in Abuja, you have unique properties in different locations. The primary thing that they need to know about you is that you are an authority in real estate. They are not ready to experiment with you. No one wants to be the first to buy from you. You must not at any point project as one who is desperate to sell his first property since he joined real estate. No. So, how do you build an authority as a realtor so that when you begin to target Nigerians in diaspora, it becomes easy for you? All right. So, if you are ever going to target Nigerians in diaspora, follow these steps I'm going to give you. Now, selling your property, Nigerians in diaspora are one of the categories of people who buy properties in Nigeria. So we have basically about four different categories of Nigerians who buy properties in Nigeria. But the highest number of person, the highest number in the category are actually Nigerians in diaspora, because at the moment they are of advantage. All right, they have advantage when it comes to the exchange rate. They can easily bundle down $5,000 and buy a property worth 2 million naira. All right, they can easily send down $10,000 and buy a property worth 5 million naira. All right, so at the moment they have higher advantage when it comes to buying of properties in Nigeria, and they are the highest percentage of Nigerians who buy properties in Nigeria. Now, let me know, what are the four categories of Nigerians who buy properties in Nigeria? Who knows the four categories? If you know the four categories, please unmute and speak to us. Four categories of Nigerians who buy properties in Nigeria. Now, it becomes very important that before you begin any of your campaign or sales or marketing effort regarding your real estate property, you must first of all understand the four categories of Nigerians who buy properties in Nigeria, so that you will know how to tailor your offer based on these categories. You cannot present one offer to the four categories of people who buy properties in Nigeria. You must first of all understand the four categories. So if you understand the four categories of Nigerians who buy properties in Nigeria, please unmute, let's know. Unmute and share with me. Let me know. Nobody knows. Whose mic is unmuted there? Nobody knows. I'm surprised. I'm surprised at the moment that nobody actually knows.
One are the politicians.
Sorry?
The first category, the politicians.
Please
People who
speak a
just
little bit, be a little bit audible.
okay, I said the first category, the politicians, people who just got into office new.
Politicians.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's assume politicians. Yeah, politicians. Okay, but politicians are actually in a particular category. Not they are not going to be categorized as just politicians. They are in one of the categories. Someone says businessmen. All right, they are actually in one of the categories. All right, so let's go. I love celebrities. Good. I love the way we interact. We are going to be learning together. Okay, so as we go, I'm going to give you the four different categories of Nigerians who buy properties in Nigeria: civil servants, high net worth individuals. Good. All right. So I'm going to narrow down to the four categories in which all these people belong, so that you will be able to tailor your targeting effectively. So let's go. All right. So basically, as you are projecting, there is a major problem, like just like I told you. All right, there is a problem. The owners of the advertising platform won't let you advertise to Nigerians in diaspora. So I try to explain that to you. Now in 2021, you Facebook, let me just say generally Meta were actually almost in trouble based on the way the data was being shared. All right, they were summoned by different authorities to explain how the data are being shared, and so they actually amplify their system in data sharing. That's why, let me quickly chip this in. If you're one of those who use Facebook instant form to capture lead, you are going to be actually at a very high risk of targeting Nigerians in diaspora to gain a better result. But I'm going to give you alternative to that. All right, so while it may be a little bit challenging to do this, there is a solution on how to go about targeting Nigerians in diaspora. I'm not going to deliberate on that. Let me go to what is more important. No, but then just one question which has already been answered. Practically, I already know you want to know how to target Nigerians in diaspora, so no need for me to ask. All I want you to give me is your attention, because we are going deep into the details of it. But then, while I'm going to be proceeding, if you want to draw my attention, please unmute. Forget that this is a free training. If you want to draw my attention, you want me to explain a particular thing that I said that you didn't get rightly, please unmute your mic, draw my attention to it, and I'll explain it afresh so that you get it. I want to be sure that the time you are going to be spending here is going to be worth it. All right. So now you have already said yes to this. I need you to understand a few things. Nigerians in diaspora are scared of you. I've already said that. Two things. There is a long history of scam, and there is also fear of wrong investment. This is why I said the primary thing you must appear as is being an authority in real estate. All right. It's a known fact that even families and friends have scammed Nigerians in diaspora. That the property also that they are investing in, they've come back home and realized that the property was not worth what they paid for. All right, these are part of the fears. They do not have to ask you for you to be able to handle this fear in them. So primarily, the number one thing you must build is what we refer to as digital trust. You know, most realtors downplay on the importance of digital trust. Building a digital trust is a step ahead in being able to capture the interest of Nigerians, not just those in diaspora, even Nigerians in Nigeria. All right. So whenever you are about to create your campaign, one thing you must pay attention to is that your first 40 minutes of your ad campaign video should not address the sales. The first 45 minutes of your ad campaign video should establish your authority. Now, what do I mean? What is the metrics of the property you are promoting? The appreciative metrics, the location, the investment opportunities in the location, the future projection of that particular location, all right, the verified document of that property, and then your social proof. Most of you do not share enough about your social proof. All right, so when you are doing this, practically you are helping yourself to establish your authority. Now, most of you are actually unintentionally sending your prospects to your competitors. How do I mean? When you send out your campaign about a particular estate, for instance, I want you to pick up your phone right now, go to where you have, if it's going to affect you seeing the screen, you can actually hold on maybe after now, but take note of this. Take note of this. Go to where you have Google, go to your Google, type that particular estate that you are promoting right now. Type that particular estate that you are promoting right now. When you type the estate, check out the first five content that has to do with the estate that you are promoting right now. If the content is not, if your own content rather is not among the first five content that will appear on Google, you have been indirectly sending your prospects to your competitors. Do you understand what I just said now? Now, if you are promoting XYZ estate, all right, or we have different properties in different location. If you are promoting any estate right now, just type that estate on Google. Now, if your content does not appear among the first five contents on Google, you are indirectly sending your prospect to your competitors, and you may actually meet someone you've been interacting with at the site with a different realtor. Now, what do I mean? No one wants to be the first to experiment you, all right, to buy from you. You should be able to communicate your journey, establish expertise and authority in your industry, create the right visibility, not desperation. Now, this is it. Most of you do not know how to distribute content enough. Now, I wish it's possible enough for me to go. Can someone give me an example of an estate? Let me show us what happens on Google with that particular estate. Write to me, what estate are you promoting right now? I want to share something with us right now. Quickly, quickly, can somebody write in the chat the estate is promoting right now, the property you are promoting right now? Tiwa Gardens. All right. So now let me go to Google and type Tiwa Gardens. All right, I'm going to share the Google page right now. Okay, now look at Tiwa Gardens. Can you see the first four videos here? Now, the person that sent in Tiwa Gardens, are you Sholem Properties? Are you Peter Twinet? Are you Herox Homes? Are you AY Comedians? Please talk to me. Are you one of them?
Ṣẹ̀yìn wá gbà àwọn tó wà lókè.
No.
Affordable homes.
Okay. Now,
Petroleum properties. Tiwa.
whose mic is on? Whose mic is on, please? Whose mic is on? Okay, so now look at this. Look at one of the things you may be doing that you may not understand. This is another video. Whose mic is on? Please, everyone should mute. All right. So, one of the things you must understand is that when you run an ad on Facebook or Instagram, someone will see that particular property for the very first time. The next thing the person will do will be to go on Google to make more findings about that property. He probably would click and get to you. All right, he probably would click and chat with you or reach out to you or give you his data. Of course, to you, you've captured the lead, and then the person will still independently carry out his own homework. All right, going to Google, and the next thing is that he stumbles on this particular one of these videos that explains about Tiwa Gardens, and then this leads him to the person's YouTube channel. And then this particular one, you can see the first content here is, can you see the source of this content? It's from Nairaland. This is why content creation and distribution is key. Now, you have to check out the first 10 most visible platforms in Nigeria, most visible sites, both blogs and online listings. And then you must be intentional about distributing your content. All right, in one of the trainings, someone asked me, which social media should I leverage on the more? And I told them, if your prospect is on Facebook, if your prospect is on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and even MySpace, even on TikTok, why should you restrict your content distribution to a particular one, whereas it takes only one content to distribute to all? So I keep saying that distributing your content to every platform will build up your visibility. Okay, so one of the things you also need to understand is that 99% of your prospects will believe Google more than your direct words. What you tell Google to tell them, and they go there to see that Google is telling them this about you, they will actually believe Google more than words that comes directly from you. So what should you do? You must take visibility intentionally. All right, building your Google visibility is one of the ways to build your digital trust. When they check out after seeing that you are promoting a particular estate, when they check out and find out something about you, and then realize that this person is actually an authority in real estate because he's been giving analysis on real estate investment. Primarily, you are seeing as an investment advisor before you are seeing as a realtor. You are an investment advisor. So primarily, one of the things you must learn is being able to analyze the industry, being able to analyze the properties. All right. So also go to Google and type who is and add your name. Now I'm going to type who is Timothy Anietie. Now, this is part of the things people are checking out about your digital trust. Now, look at what Google is telling the world about me. Timothy Anietie is a marketing, sales, and technology strategist focused on helping businesses leverage technology in marketing and sales communication by automating the process. He has over 10 years of industry experience in technology, digital media, marketing, and strategies. The traceable results speak for itself. Now, what does Google say about you when they go to search? These are part of the ways you should use in building your digital trust. Intentionally distribute your content to channels that will gain visibility to your brand when they search for it on Google. Sign up on Nairaland, and as you are distributing content to Facebook, Instagram, and other platforms, distribute same to Nairaland. Distribute same to other platforms that make it visible. All right. I have a lot of platforms that I reveal, although I reveal them to my paid students basically. All right, but basically, what you need to intentionally do is that you have to be intentional about building your digital trust. How do you build your digital trust? Your keywords when distributing content is more important. Why your content was not among those who showed up on Google face page is because you probably do not know the right keyword to use when promoting Tiwa gardens. It's probably you do not know how to write the right content that will make Tiwa gardens visible when Googled for it on one of your contents. All right, you probably do not understand the right way to label your content, the right way to title your content, the right way to distribute your content, the channels to distribute your content. All right, so these are things you must intentionally learn because your prospect will carry out a research about that garden, and you do not want them to land on your prospects, on your competitors videos or content. By the time they meet someone who is able to explain better about the metrics of the property, the appreciative measure, the location, the investment opportunities, the growth projection, and all the verifiable documents. Now I tell people you have to start using what we call educational based strategy in marketing your properties. All right, it works better than every other strategy. All right, it in marketing it's called reciprocity. You are already giving your prospects something before requesting anything from them. All right, let's go. I think I'm beginning to spend more time explaining in a particular stage. Now this particular stage was where I was explaining about digital trust. So practically, how do you do this? So let's move. How do you go about practically building your digital trusts? Does this make sense so far to any of you? Does this make sense so far to any of you here? I need to know. I need to be sure I'm not talking to myself. All right. So basically, in this journey, all right, I can see. Makes sense. All right, thank you for your feedbacks. The feedbacks is actually what will make us understand that we are interacting. We are not just connecting for connecting sake. All right, so basically, let's get to talk about building. After you've been able to build the right digital visibility, you've been able to build the right digital trust. One of the most important things about building your personality as a realtor is understanding how you can build sales closing system. I say something, closing will be easier. Sales closing will be easier when you have been able to do an effective job, all right, in your sales and marketing communication journey. When you've been able to do an effective job in your sales and marketing closing, in your marketing and sales communication journey rather, all right, it will be more easy. All right, so what are the sales closing system that you need to actually explore at the moment as a realtor? What are the systems that will help you really project effectively? All right. So there are key things that you need as a realtor. Primarily, sales closing is a system. I've always said that it's a system. It's not a standalone process. It is a system that is made up of different structure. A system made up of different structure. This is why if one of the stages is missed, you are actually going to miss the closing, or you are going to struggle a little bit. I'm jumping a few things just so I can give you, because some of this is a virtual training. I'm actually moving from a few things because we cannot connect for too long, so I can get to give you something more practical when I'm done with the slides. All right. So basically, the first thing you need to understand is that Google visibility is one of the primary stage in your stages to building your structure when it comes to sales closing. All right. Sales closing system. I'm not teaching you about sales closing particularly. I'm teaching you about the closing system. All right. The closing system is made up of a journey of communication when you are carrying out your sales and marketing communication. So that's the system we are building. The primary thing is that your Google visibility will stand tall. That's why we say um content is king. Now, when we are talking about the kingship of content, it's not just about when you are trying to explain how well you have done in real estate. No, it's about you trying to intentionally build your authority personality as a realtor, as a developer, in the sense that the right keywords that you are going to be using when you are projecting your content digitally. Now, that person that I used as an example for Tiwa Garden, it is not that he has not been creating content, but it is that he does not understand the right keywords to use in order to be visible just like the competitors. All right, on digital space, it is a huge competition. Google visibility is key. All right, now look at this: social media engagement. All right, unique content. How you are able to create a unique content. This is where creating the right system of content, that is calendar. Now, I did something for one of the real estate company that I'm currently working with. All right, so what we did was, I'm not going to give you everything because I built that system for them as a consultancy service. But take note of this. This is what I did for them that they adopted, and it has been working for them. All right, I created what we call a routine. All right, a routine in the sense that we wanted to build a brand. It's a new it's a company that are new into real estate development. All right, a realtor that transited to developing real estate as a developer, rather, as a developer. All right, so what we did was creating a routine. We created a routine for the company. So basically, what was the routine? We have a weekly meets the realtor. All right, what meet the realtor weekly show is is that we are handling the prospects challenges, the prospects questions. So we assume their questions and address them before they ask the question. It is a routine. Every week it is expected. We create it as a show, a fixed hour, a fixed time on a YouTube show. All right, for a real estate company, having a show that is meet your realtor or meet the realtor, depending on how it is tagged. I'm not asking you to create the same show, but you can create something around your brand, all right, that will also help you to create a routine, and it will help you in building your sales and marketing communication journey. All right, when you are projecting with that, every week you come up with a topic that helps you handle your prospects concern. All right, you're handling your concern based on documents. People are asking questions about verifying the right document. What are the questions? What are the documents I should look out for? All right, what are the appreciative metrics I should look out for? What are the location I should invest in? What kind of location should I invest in that will help me? All right, those can be some of the topics you create. Now you are a realtor, you already know the challenges in the industry. You bring up those challenges and form a routine in your show. All right, you make sure that it becomes a standby. If you say you are going to be coming up every weekend for the show, make sure you don't miss it. It can be pre-recorded and streamed. All right, but make sure you create a routine. All right, so another option will be authority, creating values. All right, building an authority. Now this is a system. By the time you've created Google visibility, by the time you've created the unique content, you are going to be able to build social engagement. All right, building Google visibility has to do with understanding the right keywords, and then gaining the right Google, the right social engagement has to do with being able to create unique content. And then building authority has to do with being able to create the right values. Okay, now understanding the lead generation has to do with being able to call to action, and I'm making the right call to action. So if you check out what I listed here, they are chain of structure, from Google visibility to social engagement to building authority and then to generating lead. Now, before you can close, you must have a lead. Now, before you can generate a lead, you must be visible. All right, before you can be visible, you must understand keywords. Before you can create the right social media engagement, you must understand the right content to create unique content. And before you can build authority, you must have passed out enough, you must have passed across enough values. All right, before you can generate lead. So from 1, 2, and 3 stage must be achieved before you can generate lead, because their data, being a lead, is the most important data they can give to you, their most important asset. All right, giving you the asset would help you in your closing process. All right, so all these stages you can decide to bypass them by creating an effective campaign, Facebook or Instagram campaign. And then that's what we are going to ignore this slide and move on to. All right, after you've been able to capture your lead, that's when you are able to structure your offer calling. All right, and at the same time your brand awareness. I will not dwell time, we are moving late. I will not dwell on this, but practically what I do for realtors is to help them practically gain visibility, practically develop the kind of content, give them an idea of the kind of content that will give them that engagement, give them the right values that will help them build authority. These are the kind of um, thing we do in physical training, because we have lot of hours to deal with this. So we do this practically in physical trainings. All right, and then how to effectively generate leads and how to call offers based on the categories of the category of people who buy properties in Nigeria, because you cannot present the same offer to all the categories. But let's go. So basically, there are 4 categories of people who buy real estate, and so you cannot sell to 4 different categories of people using the same offer. Now, like I said, I would have actually practically stayed and give you how you can in the next 1 week become more visible both on Google and on social media using the right keyword, and how you can gain the right engagement using the right content. Practically we would have done that, but then we have a lot to cover because this is a virtual training. All right, we may not be able to do all that here practically, but I want to give you the most important aspect, which is the practical way of creating the art. All right, now building the right authority as well has to do with the right or values that you pass across, and then generating leads has to do with how you structure your journey from 1, 2, 3 before we get to 4. And after you've generated lead, how you present your offer determines the closing. All right, then being able to turn your existing customer to your referral, people that can bring in more customers to you, depends on what you do in your continuous brand awareness. Now it's a system that you can convert. In email marketing, it is called segmentation. All right, once a customer has purchased from you, you must be able to segment them and be able to activate them to become your voice out there. All right, so how you can do that practically, we will be able to activate that basically for those who attend our physical training. But let's go. So what are the four different category of people who buy properties in Nigeria? So a lot of people try to give different suggestions. All right, but then the four categories are this. All right, the last one is in the next slide. Don't worry, the last one is in the next slide. The first category are the future projectors. All right, so these set of buyers understand long-term investment. Now, for example, there are people who bought Ekpe like 10 years ago, who bought properties in Ekpe 10 years ago. Those were those were the future projectors. All right, those were the future projectors. They understood the importance of getting a property and waiting to develop them in the future. Some of those people are equally those who bought properties in locations like Lekki a few years back. All right, now basically what you need to understand about this set of persons, all right, what you need to understand about this set of persons are the fact that they understand what investment is. All right, someone raised a hand. Go ahead and say something if you have something to say. I think it's Crystal Bricks Properties. You raised your hand. Please unmute and say something if you want to say something before I move on, please. Do you have something to say, a question to ask? Okay, let me move on. So the future projectors are those who probably, okay, their business is doing well and they do not want to tie down a property, they do not want to tie down their funds, all right, Tybert. These are three categories of people I have here. Like I said, the last category are in the next slide. So calm down. I'm still explaining. All right, I'm still explaining to you. So the future projectors are the first set of persons. The second set of persons are the investors. Now these are flippers. These are people who buy today and tomorrow they want to resell the properties. So these ones, they have some funds. They do not want to leave it tied in the bank. They want to buy the property today and they know that it can have 100% increase in another 24 months or another 12 months. So they do not want to get involved in Ponzi or get involved in investment that they do not trust. So basically what they do is they put their money in an investment actually that they can actually trust. All right, they buy property and keep and know that in another 2 or 3 years that property may be worth about 200% of what they bought. So if they bought a property for like a 1 million naira, in another 2 years the property may be worth maybe 2 3 million. Right, those are the kind of people we call the investors. They are flippers. They buy to resell within a period of time. They are more concerned about the growth metrics. So when you are talking to this set of realtors, you must be able to identify what they are projected to know. All right, so what they are focused on. They are focused on the growth pace of the environment. They want you to let them understand the metrics of the environment. All right, so the wealth preservers. Now these are people who have made it. When I teach people about how to target wealth preservers, because wealth preservers are the easiest set of Nigerians who buy properties. When I teach about how you can target the people who buy properties like this, I show you under detailed targeting what keyword to use to identify them. But basically, this set of persons have made money. All right, they want to preserve wealth for the next generation or for their offspring. All right, they want their wealth preserved for their offspring. So what they do is that they want to invest in property. They don't want to tie bulk cash in the bank for their offsprings. So they want properties reserved for them. These are people, when they pass on, you hear their wills being read. All right, so they are the third categories of persons. You can call them, the politicians are in this category. Business people are under investors, and they are also under the future projectors. All right, at the same time, these are people who have retired. The politicians are here, they want to preserve their wealth after being in government. All right, they are the ones who bring in bulk. In fact, these are people who want you to take a risk of getting cash from them, because they don't want people to investigate or know anything about them. So this set of persons are after, how secured is this property? How well is the documents verified? All right, if I leave this property for 10 years, is it protected for my children to come back and meet? So you have to be able to know how you present offers to each category of persons you are targeting. You cannot present payment by installment to someone who is trying to preserve wealth. This set of person do not pay attention to people who do not look like them. This is why, for you to be able to project to people who are preserving wealth, the first question they ask you is, what company are you working with? So they must be able to verify that it is an established brand, an established personality. They do not want to work with someone who looks desperate, who is eager to sell now, now, and now. They want to work with real established company. All right, you must be able to project your brand as such. Okay, so as a realtor, you are not struggling. You are not, they are not doing you a favor. You are actually doing them a favor by advising them to put their money in a better a better investment. So when you are projecting, show that element of your image. All right, project as one who is an established investment advisor majoring in real estate investments. All right, hands raised, unmute and speak if you have a concern. Samson Atiba. All right, so the next category is actually Nigerians in diaspora. Nigerians in diaspora. You know, I have actually spent time to explain this. Now, these are people in abroad, all right, in different parts of the world. These sort of persons are actually investing lots in Nigeria. All right, how you talk to them determines if you are going to be the one they will invest with. But the truth of the whole thing is that what they are investing back home is actually on properties. What they are investing back home is in properties. All right. Does anybody have any questions so far before I proceed? Okay, so basically, I'm going to leave here. I'm going to show you practically how you can create art to target different sort of persons I have explained to you now. Different categories of persons. If you would like, before I move to the page, all right, we are having a live class on the 25th of March, 2023. It's a live class in Lekki. All right, it's a physical training on the 25th of March. So take note, whatever I have explained to you theoretically so far here, I'm going to be doing I'm going to be doing all that practically. I will practically show you how you can make use of few steps to gain the visibility in a maybe within a month, to stand strong on all social media platforms and all Google platforms, all right, and stay visible, all right, and all other things you can see here. I will help you build digital trust and all that. You can see the content of the training though. Effective sales and marketing journey for a real estate company. Building structure, all right. Building digital trust as a realtor, the basic most important daily tasks to do. Practically, I am going to give you this more like a template that you are going to be duplicating and working with daily, and how to use your Facebook and Instagram to identify financially capable, not just Nigerians, those who can afford properties, all right, both in Nigeria and in diaspora. Okay, it's a physical training. But then let's go to where I'm going to help you to practically understand what to do in your Facebook ad. Are you ready? Does so far have you learned anything so far? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Have you learned anything so far? Just say something in the chat. Let me know if you've learned anything so far. Pastor Pastor Akinlolu rather, Pastor Akinlolu. All right. Yes, I've learned a lot. That's from Kinchozi Enterprise. All right. Yes, I have learned. All right. Good. Mr. Johnson Chinedu. All right, Mr. Johnson. I'm glad you were able to finally join. You're welcome. All right, so we are going to move on now. This is actually a free class. This is actually a free class. So what I have said are basically theory. Practically, I do a lot of practical approach in physical training. Mr. Johnson already is one of the persons that have already registered for the paid session in March. That's why I'm glad he could join this one as well to have a test of what the paid session will be. All right, I have learned a lot. God bless you, Inni Anthony. All right, thank you. All right, so let's go. What we are going to be doing will be going straight to Facebook ad. How many of us have been able to do Facebook ad practically before now? If you have been running ad, just click on the wave. Just raise your hand. Let me see. Click on the hand raise. Let me know I have people with experience already so that I know where to pick from. So if I have no much hand, I know I'm picking from the very scratch. All right. Let me know. I've only seen Mr. Pastor Akiolu's hand. Has there been anyone that has run an alright, Mr. OAC Giant of Obodo? I love your name. Alright, that person has done a training, particularly any other hand, any other person. Alright, so we are going to move. So I assume that so many of us here have not really been able to do a lot practically. I assume that many of us have not been able to do a lot practically. But then let's move. Let me see how we can do this practically. All right, and remember, this is a free training. If you've learned a lot about this free training, tell someone about Timothy when you leave here. We invite someone to the group that you are also if you've learned a thing or two on this so far. All right, let's go. I'm going to stop sharing this particular screen and bring up a new screen entirely. Okay. All right, I'm loading a new page because we are going to a different window where I'm going to show you the Facebook ad structure practically. All right, so follow me through on this. Please do yourself a favor, don't disconnect. This is a free training, but I'm going to give you a lot that will benefit you. Don't disconnect, please. Um, After now, even when you don't join the paid class, which I seriously believe you should, but you will be able to go through with your campaign after now. I'm still trying to share the window, all right? Okay. Please let me know if you can see the new window. Let me know if you can see the new window. All right. I can see a hand raised. That means you can see the new window, right? Okay, yeah, I can see. All right, that's good. All right, let's go. So basically, I'm using my Facebook account. Okay, my Facebook account is actually Timothy Anete, but this particular one here is my ad account. All right, Facebook account is Timothy Anete. You may see different options of Timothy and Etienne. But if you're on my WhatsApp, the same picture I have on my WhatsApp as a WhatsApp profile is the same picture I have on Facebook as my personal account. And this particular picture here is the one I have on my Facebook page. All right, my Facebook business page. But this one is an account I use for ad. All right, so basically, let's go. Now, if you are new here, you are going to land on your Facebook page like this. If you have not created any ad before, I will ask you to go to under your profile, and then just you will see under your profile, go to just click on this. You will see many options and you will see create ad. But because I have created an ad before, I will have under my right hand side here ads manager. All right, ads manager will be here. Okay, so basically we move on to the app manager after we've clicked on that. So we are going to be getting to Facebook business manager. Now there's a difference between Facebook business manager and the average Facebook um, manager. Now, if you have if you have your pixel set up, let me know. If you have Facebook pixel set up, let me know. The page is not working. Which one is not working? Please let me know. Are you seeing my screen? Please, are you seeing my screen? Are you seeing my screen? I need to be sure I'm not alone.
Hello, it's only showing the Facebook logo, another logo.
It's
That is
only
what we
showing
have been
what?
seeing since. Only the Facebook logo. There are some logo that is showing. It's not really showing any the practical aspect that you are showing to us.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yes.
okay. Can you see the Facebook interface, the Facebook ad interface now?
No, not yet, sir.
Oh, wow. Let me stop sharing and share again. Please, at any points when you don't get along with me, just someone should just unmute and say something so my attention can be easily drawn. Can you see now?
Yes, yes, I can see it now.
Okay, good. Excuse me. Okay, so do you know how I got here?
Not really. Maybe you can just recap from. But I
Sorry.
only follow the. Not really, but you can recap
Okay, so I'm
so
going
that
to
we
I'm
can.
going back to exactly from the beginning. So let me take you to how I got here. We're supposed to spend 1 hour in this training. This is 9:04, but I'm going to expend another few minutes in this for the benefit of those who joined this training tonight. All right, ads manager. Ads manager. Okay, so I'm sure it's loading at your end, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So basically, there's a difference between an average ad manager and Facebook business manager. More like we call it business suite. All right. So basically, I'm going to change. I'm going to change from Facebook um, average ad manager here to Facebook business suite. Now, basically, I have verified my business account on this, so um, so that I can access more tools. more Facebook business tools like Pixel and other important tools. All right, I can also do retargeting and all that. So, I tell people, most importantly, realtors, you are in a very special industry. You cannot be running ad campaign as though you are selling shirts. You cannot be running ad campaign as though you are selling wristwatches or you are selling shoes. No, you are not selling either of those. You are selling special products. All right, in which is a determining factor for some people's future. Do you know with real estate you can help someone actually build wealth in the future? It's that special. So if you understand how special the products you are selling, you should be projecting as one who is selling a special product in a special industry. All right, no one should assume as though they are doing you a favor by buying a property from you. You should project as one who is overly doing your prospect huge favor. All right, who is doing your prospect huge favor, all right, by selling properties to them. So quickly, let's go to where we have create. Did you see that I changed it to Flick Solutions, being my business account verified? I hope you are following. I want to be sure I'm not alone. I love interaction. Please just let me know you are following. Okay, good. I love the raised hand. Mr. Daniel Osa and Inni Anthony, thank you. All right, how do you verify business account? All right. We will not be able to cover that on this. We will not be able to cover that on this. This is a virtual training that we are supposed to spend, and it's a free training. We will not be able to cover all that. Join us in the physical training. Lord, let's cover more. But I'm still giving you something that is beyond freemium. All right, I'm giving you something that is beyond free. Okay, but then it's a lot of process. If you want to start it now, we may expend another 10-20 minutes to do that, and we can have use that time for another important thing. But then if you stay in the group, practically I may keep bringing you videos that will help you understand this process. Aside running physical training and virtual training, I also create video and upload on my YouTube channel. You should follow my channel already if you have not. All right, so if you go to YouTube, it's just Timothy Anete. All right, basically click on create here. Let's kickstart the process. Create. All right, so normally network will always want to show up. So now if you have conversant with this, you will understand that there are different campaign objectives here, and then you cannot afford to use a wrong objective in your campaigns. I wish we have enough time in this virtual connection for me to explain all the objectives from A to Z and how they both can be used for you as a realtor. But for tonight, I'm going to focus on just two: the traffic objective and the engagement objective. All right. Now, if you can see, let me ask, what, how do you optimize, what destination do you optimize your campaigns to whenever you are creating ad as a realtor? What destination do you optimize your campaigns to whenever you're creating ad as a realtor? Let me know. Please type. I want to know. I want to know. I want to correct something now. Please type. Let me know. Type in the chat. Let me know. WhatsApp. Engagement to where? What destination? Website, good. King Chosi, website, good. All right. WhatsApp, website. Really, you just send. Where did you what's the destination that you optimize to after using the engagement? WhatsApp. Okay, Iman Global, WhatsApp. All right, good. Now let's move. Now I have gotten what I needed to know, Mr. OAC, WhatsApp as well. Now let's go. Now, basically, if you check this, the priority, if you check it, you see that good for Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp, and you understand that that is the priority. That is exactly what this particular objective is prioritized for. So optimizing for those is actually good. So now let's go. Create. Click on continue. Okay. Now give your campaign title. Give your campaign title. Your campaign title should be Realtors. Let me just use Realtors Connect. Okay, scroll down. Now, look at this. Advantage plus budget. I'm going to turn this on. Now, why am I turning this on? Advantage plus budget, advantage campaign budget rather, will distribute your budget across assets to get more results depending on your performance goal, choices, and bid strategy. You can control spending on each asset. Now, what does it mean? Now, it means that, for example, if you are, I just told you that we have four different categories of people who buy real estate. You are obviously not going to create the same offer for the four different campaigns at a time. So now, for you to optimize based on each of the categories, you will have to be able to distribute your budget evenly across your assets. So now the advantage plus budget will help you to distribute your budget to a more performing campaign based on the asset review. What do I mean? When you are when you have more than one asset, you are likely going to be using the same budget. So the advantage plus campaign is going to help you in distributing the budget to the one that has the highest performance. If that makes sense, let me know. Let me know if you understand that, or if I should take it again. If you understand that, let me know. Network is bad here. Mr. Olawumi, is it Mr. or Mrs. Which one? Olawumi Fadero. I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'll record this. I'll record this. You have a reference point. Okay, please take again. So this is it. For you to turn on this, the reason why you should turn on this is because the advantage plus will help you distribute your budget to a more performing ad set. All right, a more performing ad set. That is what this particular one will do. Let's go. We don't have enough time. I would have stayed long. Now, provide how much you want to run the campaign daily. Now, I would have actually spent more time to explain the difference between lifetime budget and daily budget, but we have to be able to cover up other areas. Time is of essence here. But then, now the reason why I prefer that you use daily budget is because Facebook algorithm will be under pressure to deliver results so that they can also take what belongs to them, which is the money you've told them that you want to spend daily. All right, so you can use lifetime budget and you can also use daily budget, but I discourage lifetime budget. On lifetime budget, there are days you may not get result, but few days to the day your campaign would end, Facebook may just jam packed and make sure that they are able to exhaust the budget you have provided them to take. All right, what does it mean? It means that you may have days of no result, and then just a day or two to the end of the campaign, you just start having few results, and the money you've added will be definitely exhausted. All right, because it was a lifetime budget. But on a daily budget, you have instructed Facebook, I want you to give me this result every day, and as you are giving me, take this money for my daily budget. That's what it means. So Facebook algorithm is under pressure to deliver the result to you so that they can also earn. Okay, does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? I love interaction. Oh, please always let me know we are together. Always let me know we are together. All right, so let's go. let's go straight to where we have automatically it has selected messaging app. So just come down here, and it has picked my business page already. So if you have more than one page, you definitely will want to select which particular page you intend to use. But yeah, the page you chose, I'm okay with it. Let me use Marketing Lab HQ. Basically, that's a startup which I run with my team. All right, Marketing Lab HQ. People are still joining at past 9. Gina, you're welcome. You joined very late. All right. Um, you've missed a lot, but follow along. So now this is it. Do not optimize the destination for these three destination at a go. Please don't. So uncheck this destination, uncheck this destination, and then come down to where we have maximize number of sales. That's what we are optimizing for. Number of conversations rather. All right, set performance goal. That's the goal. Okay, so scroll down as well, and then you have under this audience. So you have people living in or recently in this location. Now, a man from Nasarawa can just visit Lagos, for instance, and then leaves Lagos the next day. But if you use this option, people living in or recently in this location, it means that you can target a man in Nasarawa who doesn't have any business with you and your property in Lagos. All right, so always change it to people living, excuse me, people living in this location. Okay, so then come down here and choose what we have as a specific location, being Nigeria. We've removed Nigeria. So let's say you have property in Lagos, Abuja, or Port Harcourt. All right, Abuja. Are you getting value for your time at all? Okay, let's say we have property in Port Harcourt as well, but let me just chip this in to you before I forget. You know, there are Lagosians, there are Yoruba people, so to say, who are working in oil companies in Port Harcourt, who are also working in oil companies in Warri, likewise in ExxonMobil in a place like Akwa Ibom. All right, so basically, you can actually target these states because these people are also investing back home. Now, at the same time, there are if you have a property in Abuja, there are equally Hausa people who may be in a place like Kaduna, Kano, or other northern states, but have the capacity to invest in properties in Abuja. Those who can afford are buying properties in Abuja, especially the politicians. The most important thing is that when you have identified them, when you have known their location, and you want to know people who can buy properties in Abuja, but they are not even based in Abuja. Now, what you need to do is, do they have the financial capacity? What keyword do you use to identify those with financial capacity? All right, so basically, let's go to age. How old do you want to use? I usually would like you to use from age 30, depending on the property you are promoting. So then understand that depending on the property you're promoting, that is how you are going to measure it. Look, for tonight, I will not be able to spend time to create art separately based on the category of those who buy real estate. We normally will create in a physical training. Basically, we create campaign for each category so that you place the right offer to the right people. All right, now, but let me give you a clue. If you are targeting Nigerians who are trying to preserve wealth, target those who have interest in golf. Target those who have interest in golf. That should be one of the things you target under detailed targeting. I'm not going to give you all the benefits of what people who benefit in my paid training get. All right, but I'm going to give you a whole lot that you can also benefit from today. I'm very sure you've already learned a whole lot so far. Now let's go. Things have changed. Both genders buy properties now. In fact, ladies are competing heavily. Now, how are you going to target financially capable Nigerians who have money to buy properties in Nigeria? Because of time, we may not be able to spend a lot of time to filter the right things out, to be able to identify those with financial capacity. Everything happens under detailed targeting. All right. But then, how do you target Nigerians in diaspora? How do you target Nigerians in diaspora? Let's see, for example, you are trying to target Nigerians in Australia. Nigerians in Australia. At exactly 9:30, we would have done enough for tonight. 1 hour, 30 minutes for our free session. All right, so let's see, we are targeting Nigerians in diaspora. We've taken a country there as Australia. All right, that's the country we want to target. And then from age 30 to 65, and both male and female. Now, come to where you have experts. Just type here experts Nigeria. Look at this. Lived in Nigeria, formerly expert in Nigeria. So those who lived in Nigeria but are now in Australia. That's what it means. Right? Do you understand at all? If you have question, raise your hand and ask, please. We are getting to the end of the training. Raise your hand and ask if you have question, please. Okay. Okay, raise your hand and ask if you have question, abeg. We are still going. Now, under here, the most important thing is actually not being able to identify the fact that, yeah, we are targeting Nigerians in Australia. Now, targeting settled Nigerians in Australia, there are still Nigerians in Australia who do not have paper. In fact, those are the set of people who have more social media pepe them kind of activities. They are the ones who post more. They are the ones who share things more on social media just to pay us back home. All right, most of them cannot afford your property. Those who can afford your property are extremely busy. They are those that you can identify with their job designation. They are those that you can identify with their city, with their movement, all right, with their interests, with their behaviors. Those are the people you can identify with those set of things. All right. Does anybody have question? We are still waiting. I'm taking question. If you have, unmute and let me know. All right. So now let's assume these are the set of Nigerians in diaspora. Pardon me. I am not going to practically filter out financially capable Nigerians in this free session. This is going to be reserved only for my paid students who are going to join us on the 25th of March in Lekki when we are going to be having the physical training. We will be in that training room for about 7 good hours. Of course, we'll have a break time and a tea break. So it's going to be a practical 7 hour session, and I am going to do a lot. Trust me, if you join, your status as a realtor will not be the same again. But then, if you have a question, please ask. I will take your question. I will take your question. Now let's navigate to where we have placement. Now under this placement here, we have advantage plus placement. But do you know you cannot even submit this ad with content that has to do with real estate? It will not be approved. Facebook will not approve it because real estate in European or American country, you cannot advertise it except you have the necessary document to back it up. All right. So for you to be able to back up with the necessary document, you may not have the document as a Nigerian, but then there are ways we bypass this by setting up the right landing page that you are going to be using to capture the lead, by setting up the right content that you are going to be using to bypass their restriction. Right, we give you the right ad content that you are going to be using so that you can serve your content to Nigerians in diaspora and be able to filter them out. All right, most importantly, for the ones who are highly interested in investing back home for properties. All right, so basically, under where we have your advantage plus placement, you can either choose to serve this with this, but then what you should do is you can duplicate one that has to do with advantage plus and then come for another one, another asset, duplicates from here and have another asset. Then when you have another asset, change the placement here to manual under this one. So you are going to be optimizing it. The placement will be, maybe you want to place it only on Instagram, so just uncheck Facebook and audience network and leave only Instagram. So what that means is that you are going to only optimize it to display on Instagram only. Does that make sense at all? Now, coming to where you have next. Now that is where we are going to be adding up our creative. Now, like I have always advised, use video creative. Use video creative. Please use video creative. All right, always use video creative in every of your campaign. All right, the video creative you're going to be using. Now, if you go to the site, record the necessary video showing the property. At the same time, the most important thing that is required of you actually is about what you are going to inform your prospect about: the benefit of getting that property, the metrics of that property, the location, the future projection. It doesn't have to be features. Most of us will say, look at the sitting room is very big. Look at the building, the finishing. The video is there. The video is showing them the size of the property. The document, the content you are stating is saying that. So the most important thing you should say in the video is using the first the most important thing you are going to do there is using your first 20 to 30 minutes to establish your authority, and then after that you present all the benefits of the property and let them understand why they should not miss it. Make sure that in every of your offer there is a time, there is a discount with time bound. Sir, can we get recorded video? So my phone went off before we have missed. All right, so good. You get a recorded. It will be uploaded to my YouTube. You can get the recorded version and watch. All right, so basically, what do I mean? Spend time to have your prospect more in mind rather than you. Now, just establish your authority in a few seconds video while you are also integrating your property. If you are selling already built, the image of the property is sliding through, but your voiceover is coming through with it. All right, then another option will be that you are going to spend another time to review the location in about 3 to 5 years. All right, you're also going to spend time to review the document. All right, why the document is one of the best documents that every property should have. Now, how do you bring in your creative? We can decide to work with single image or video. Now you can decide to work with, if you have an existing content on your page, believe me, don't ever attempt to create post boosts. When you make a post on your page, Facebook will ask you to make a post boost. Don't. Facebook will ask you to boost that post. Please don't, except you just want more people to like the post and get to see it. But if your interest is to capture lead that you will eventually convert. Please don't do post boost. Come here, you can use that same post. Under here, use existing post. All right, now select the post. 9:30, we still have Jara. Select the post will load out. All right, the post will load out. For instance, let's assume I want to use this particular one, and then select it and continue. So this will become the post we are going to use for this particular campaign, the content we are going to use for this particular campaign. Now this is what it's telling us: caption is too long, meaning that we cannot use it. So change post. All right, change post, add another. All right, so let me scroll down to see the one that I think was measurable for our. All right, I think it's because of Instagram. So the Instagram doesn't accept. So if I come here and change, let me do something so we can optimize it for Facebook. But if you are doing it for only Instagram, your word count is equally checked. All right, your word count is checked. I'm just coming back under. So let's use um, Advantage Plus placements. All right, I'm using Advantage Plus placement. Let's go back here now so that I will be able to bring up that same content. You see that it will be effective now because Facebook does not do word count, but it may not run on. Okay, you can see that post now is okay. All right, you can see that it's appearing now. All right, why you should not advertise without funnel. If you own a business, let us create for you converting sales and marketing funnel. Actually, a realtor, every if you want to target Nigerians in diaspora, you need an effective sales page. All right, it's actually called sales funnel. If you do not know how to create it, reach out to me and my team will create it for you. But let's go. So that's an option. You can use the content on your page. Remember, we are optimizing this for WhatsApp. The button is already showing here. Okay, so but if you do not want to use that particular option, you can decide to create new, create ad, and then either you use a single image, a single, please don't use image, don't use image, your ad will not give the right result. Use video. Either you use a single video, or if you have already built property, you can use carousel. Now carousel gives you option to upload about 1 to 10 images. So you can, if you have already built property you are promoting, you can have the already built image there, the image of the complete building, the different rooms, maybe sitting room, the kitchen, the bedroom, the balcony, and then the environment, the video, and then a particular video that you are actually explaining the metrics, the benefit, and other important things that your prospect need to know about the property. All right, so you can use carousel. Otherwise, just use single video to go about that, and just upload your single video, your video here. All right, upload your video here, and that will be it. Just click here, and the next thing will be you typing your content. All right, and we are good. Okay, so that's it there. The video is uploaded, and then what you may just need to do, you can see WhatsApp here. So you just have to type your content under, you have to type your content under where you have, primary text. All right, under primary text. Okay, this is where you have primary text here. so you can have your content under that, and then you are good. All right, so basically I want to take questions from you, but while you ask your question, there is something I want to show you. Please unmute and ask your question. Unmute and ask your question. Unmute and ask your question, please. No question? You have no
Good
question?
evening.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Hambel Holmes.
Good evening.
Good evening, please.
Please, don't you think this process is just too long to catch up with?
It's just too long to catch up with.
Yeah, the
Okay,
process of maybe you should take it bit by bit.
okay, good. I understand that.
Yeah,
I
so
understand
that
that.
we will
So
not miss
now,
out.
this was a virtual training to let you understand exactly how you can go about your marketing as a realtor. Now, what we do in our physical training practically is different from this. We take it bit by bit, step by step, and our realtors are setting up their process along with us. That's why we do not do a 2 hour training. No, we do as much as 7 hour training because we are building a system, we are building a structure leading from sales closing system to media buying process. All right, so we actually set up an effective system. It's one of the reasons you should be a part of those who would attend the 25th of March physical training in Lekki Phase 1. All right, we actually, before I take more questions, let me quickly tell you that the early bird offer is expiring in another, I think, in about 72 hours. The early bird offer. Now, if you go to timothyanete.me/re 2023, let me project the screen for you to see, because I'm going to give the few persons that are here and have interest, I'm going to give you an instant discount here for you to attend that training, because obviously any realtor that intends to build the right structure should attend. All right, timothyanete.me/re 2023. timothyanete.me/re 2023. Take note of that URL. Now, if you scroll down to where we have the offer is actually um between now and 16th of February. All right, that is when the first early bird would expire. Oh, not really, no. 15th of February rather. That's when the early bird will expire. And then the fee is actually 120,000 naira fee, but it's been discounted to 55,000 naira at the moment, that is expiring on the 15th. All right, but for benefit of those that are here, for those that will take action on this, I will give you an extra discount once you send message to me right now after this. As a matter of fact, raise your hand, let me know if you want to attend that training. If you want to attend the physical training, just raise your hand, let me know. Mr. Hambel, that's one. Please message me privately on WhatsApp. Mr. Samson Atiba, that's two. Please message me privately on WhatsApp, because we need to take this up. About 5 persons have raised their hand. We need to take this up. Now, I'm going to give you a discount tonight once you message me to attend this training, because you need to pick up the early bird offer. So, now, basically, why we do not do a long chain training is because we specifically take it a step at a time. In that training, we are going to practically set up for our clients. Please come with your laptop. Come with your laptop. If you do not have a laptop, before you come, just let me know ahead of time so we can prepare for you and assign someone that will directly work with you in the training, because we are going to set up the system for you right in that training and make sure that as you are leaving the training, your campaign is running, and you also have a 3 months follow-up access with me after the training, because we must make sure that once you learn, you may not be able to implement everything immediately. you definitely will need a follow up, okay, to get to implement them as you go. All right, Mr. Ambel, you wanted to ask a okay, no. Ambel Home, you wanted to ask a question. Unmute and ask, please. In another 5 minutes, we'll be done with this.
Bro, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, though I joined the class late, I had an issue of when you said about our Facebook boasting. I have to boast a post. And it's always prompting of when you post anything. Facebook will always encourage you to post. But here you're telling us that we should not post, that it might not help us. So please, can you just throw more light on how and why we shouldn't post our posts?
All right. Post boost primary intention is just to give you the likes. It will expose you to, it's just to send the post to more eyes. All right. The essence of
Yeah.
Facebook post boost is not to give you leads. It will not give you leads. So it's going to give you that engagement that you need, the likes and all the necessary things. You will not be able to set up your campaign in a way that you'll be able to filter the right audience. You will not be able to filter the right audience so you can activate those who really have interest in buying property. You are just targeting a global access. All right, you are just targeting everyone in a particular location. You may not be able to, you will not be able to filter based on the detailed targeting. You will not be able to filter that. All right, that is why I am discouraging post boost. Don't do post boost, please. It's going, you
Okay.
are going to be, you are just going to be giving Facebook money. Fine, you will gain some awareness. If your intention is to create awareness, it's okay. But if your intention is to capture leads,
To make
then
sales.
you should not use post booster.
Well understood. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other,
All right.
one more
Okay.
question and we are done.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Mr. OAC, please ask.
Yeah, yeah. Sir, please, in boosting a content, in boosting a particular hate, if we not like if your page, like what you said earlier, like you having a content, you having a content before and stuff like that earlier before we go into advertising a particular ads. Is it compulsory we have that particular content before we boost aids, like before we boost any aids that want to boost, like is it, will it be like, is it compulsory we have enough content on our page, like enough content representing ourselves before boosting any aids? Will it, is it advisable for us to have enough content before we boost any aids? You
Now let me
understand,
let
sir?
me let me say this. As a realtor, never do any spontaneous marketing. Never do any spontaneous marketing. All right? Every of your marketing and sales effort should and must be planned. What do I mean? Your content creation and your content distribution should be well structured in a content calendar. All right, you must have enough content to be distributed daily. As a matter of fact, your duty as a realtor is to have a structured content. All right, in as much as what you do is making lot of calls every day for closing, you must also set out your structure. Now this is it. What I tell realtors to do is that between the hours of 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Your task is to create and distribute content on all the digital medias that you have. Create and distribute content on all the digital medias that you have, both social and other digital medias. YouTube is there, blogs, and then listing platforms, and Nairaland is there, forums like Nairaland, and then your Google My Business page. Some of the things that I intend to that I'm going to teach in the physical training. I couldn't because it was a virtual and time bound. And basically it was a free training. I couldn't just give you everything free. In your Google My Business account, content should be going there every day. All right. And once you've made a sale, your prospect, you should ask your prospect to give you a review on your Google My Business. These are things that you need to attend this training. Please attend. You need to come on the 25th of March. I have a lot to help you in your sales and marketing journey. So please, while boosting, if you must boost with your content on your page, make sure that the content you wrote was very strategic. Make sure that the content you are going to be posting and boost is a very strategic content with call to action after they've gone through and engaged. All right, let there be very unique call to action. Probably you have a link in that content that is going to take them. There is something I suggest to realtors: have something that I call a two-page ebook that is going to educate your prospect on something. For instance, if you are targeting Nigerians in diaspora, you can say, now this is what, according to, okay, you can have this content on your sales page. According to nairametrics, 2022 in 2022, Nigerians in diaspora remitted about 10.11 billion US dollars in Nigeria. And from research, 60% of those Nigerians in diaspora invested in a particular industry. Now, in a two-page ebook, I have packaged for you data verified and all the necessary metrics gathered to inform you as a Nigerian in diaspora where other Nigerians in diaspora are investing their money and what they are investing their money on in Nigeria presently. Use that. For someone that said I did not share how to target Nigerians in diaspora, I did. We used an example, which was Australia, and what I did not do was filtering Nigerians that are financially capable. That is why you should come for my paid training to be able to get those deep practical filtering, so you can be able to maximize your real estate process. All right. So basically, for those that raise their hand, please WhatsApp me already. Send me a WhatsApp message. I'm going to give you an instant discount tonight that you can benefit aside the early bird discount. And trust me, you will have an amazing time when you join that paid class on the 25th of March. All right. Let me know if you learned anything tonight before you disconnect. Just let me know. Say something to me on chat. Let me know if you learned a thing or two tonight. Share what you learned. What did you learn? Just share with me what did you learn tonight. I'm waiting to read from you. What did you learn tonight? Or was the time worth it at all?
Huh?
All right. Yes, the recorded version will be uploaded on YouTube. I will share the link. Right. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you so much for your feedback. Sir, if we come for the physical training, I hope it's 100% practical, and I hope your team will help us with the funnel. Sir, absolutely. At the practical training, we are not going to be talking anything stories. On the physical training, there is no story. There is no story. All right. At the practical training, there is no story. There is no story at all. Deep practical, no story at all. No story at all. All right. Thank you so much for your feedback. I really, really do appreciate. Okay.
Yeah, I hope to see you again.
Sorry.
I say hope to meet you again.
Said we hope to meet.
Yes.
Oh, sure, sure. You are coming to the live class, right?
Yeah, I'm yet to make a decision on that
You should you
because of
should
my.
you should not still be negotiating on that. Your decision should have been made by now already. It's all right.
Okay.
It's all right.
Okay.
We'll connect. We'll
Okay.
connect again. And trust me, in the group, don't go anywhere in the group. Yeah, I'm still gonna be serving you daily content that will still be
Yeah. Yeah.
helping you
Yeah.
forge through in your marketing and sales process. I learned two
Okay.
things: better understanding of how to identify serious buyer, how to use Facebook ads in marketing. Thank you so much, Mr. Ebenezer. I appreciate all the feedbacks. I do appreciate all the feedbacks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Okay. See you in the group.
Bye. Bye.
Bye
Yeah,
bye.
Take care.
you
Right.
too.
Jesus. Why you not a zero? This one. You are like,